Hey guys, if you're following my blog, then you know I'm in the middle of Screwball week. And today I want to talk about Blaq Poet. But I want to talk about Blaq Poet before, his recent stuff where he's been getting a lot of notoriety, working with DJ Premier again and doing a lot of hot stuff. And I even want to talk about before his Screwball days, and I even want to go so far back, I want to talk about before his PhD days. I want to talk about the original Poet records way back in the 80s. Now back then, Blaq Poet wasn't even known as Blaq Poet. He was just the Poet. And he was doing records like this one with his DJ/producer, Noel Rockwell. This isn't actually on Tough Records, by the way. I bought this used and it just came in a Tough Records sleeve. Now this is not his first record. The first record he did was the WAP Sensation, which was an answer record to B-Fat's WAP It, and just the whole dance craze in general of the WAP that was going on at the time. But we don't really want to talk about that right now. I'm here to talk about the hardcore, the disses, very specifically his beef with Krs-One. So this is their second record, 1987, 11A Records, Noel Rockwell featuring the Poet, Beat You Down. And this is a direct response to Krs-One, Boogie Down Productions, The Bridge Is Over. Now there is actually a remix of the WAP Sensation on the B-side. Naturally, I'll play a clip of you that first, because let's kind of get that out of the way. So that's what's also on this record. I mean, it is a def record with some nice breakbeats and everything, and some cool samples, so it's definitely a good record. It just constantly kind of gets overshadowed by the classic diss records, and I'm just going to perpetuate that with apologies to Noel Rockwell.
Is what we're doing in the streets of New York, where the girls are so fly and the guys drink coke. There were other WAP records, but none this fresh. Yes, mine is guaranteed to outlast the rest. It's the WAP Sensation, spreading nation to nation. The music that you hear is Noel Rockwell's creation. Anyone can do the WAP, black or Caucasian. Everybody's down with the WAP invasion. So listen to my words, the beat is quite soothing. It was all prepared for you to start doing the WAP.
Alright, now let's talk about the stuff where Poet really started to make his name. Again, the first track is called Beat You Down, and this is his diss to Krs-One. Now, Krs-One, let's face it, has a habit of picking easy targets. He went after MC Shan, who was dope at the time, but he wasn't exactly a voracious battle rhymer. He went after PM Dawn, he went after Nelly. He wasn't exactly going for big challenges in his battle rap career. He wasn't taking on Kane and Rakim and Cool G Rap. He knew who he wanted to go after, and they were soft targets. In other words, Krs-One didn't want it with Blaq Poet. But he got it anyway, because he dissed Queens, and so Queens had to respond. So this is Beat You Down. There's 3 mixes on here: Street, a radio edit, and the dub version. Pretty much just a one song in a couple different versions. So I'm playing some clips of this.
To you, Blaq started hip-hop but couldn't maintain it. Now they're getting jealous cause Queens has made it. That's why those suckers are trying to diss, because we're getting paid and they're getting pissed. Just think about it, people, I'm speaking of fashion. Manhattan keep making it, Queens do the taxing. My name is Poet, for the top I'm bound. Anybody in my way is getting beat down. Beat down, beat you down.
For whatever battle rhymes you really kind of hold up, man, diss records, this is right at the cream of the crop. And the reason why perhaps it's a little less known is because obviously Krs-One did not respond. But that did not stop Rockwell and the Poet, because they came back a second time with Taking You Out. So now this is the following year, still on 11A Records. They've actually changed their name to The Feds. Although it does specify underneath Rockwell Noel and the Poet. And it's pretty much just a one song. There's 2 mixes, although they're very similar. Your one general mix, which is like hard beats, a very short guitar loop, and then the remix, which just basically plays with the original version a little. It doesn't really change much. It's got most of the same samples and everything. It just livens it up a little bit. So either one is pretty dope, and they're not all that different. I'll play clips of both, though.
Boy, better run, boy, better run. Yo, Rock, let's do this. KRS, he lacks finesse, trying to diss the juice, and on top of that, married a fat moose. Stand for me, you trying to get hot with that big fat wife you got. This melody, Chris, what are you telling me? The way you talk, I would think she was slamming, but slamming. She's a female Rock Crandon. Yeah, right, all the fats over there. That big fat clown, that's his wife, that's his wife. Yeah. Look at you now, look at your face. been erased. Now red dirt, you're getting a taste. The beanie, Tootie, Tootie, Fruity, Noel's all the wheels. So what you wanna do me? Anybody you get, anyone who wanna get loose. The next day, you'll be in the news. Red, you're a sucker. You didn't play my first jam. Cause you're down with the kids I slam. You skinny, E.T., nobody can beat me. In BDP or in PE. Poets in effect, then I'm ready to wreck. Any rap when I step my way incorrect. Chris, you ain't nothing. You don't got clout, yeah, I beat you down. Now I'm taking you out.
Taking you.
Suckers bite the dust. We're back to crush on a mission, cause it's a must. Poets back, Noel gave the command. I was sent here to make sure you're slammed. BDP, you better take cover. You're being stalked by a big black brother, and I'm gonna break you. No one can remake you. My mission is simple, and that is to take you out.
There's also a dub version and a radio edit, but pretty much that's it. And at that time, I guess more or less it was over. Again, Krs-One did not respond. He did not want any of it, and Poet moved on. He did some other, really hardcore dope records with Noel Rockwell, records like The Massacre and stuff. And some say a lot of those raps are still targeting Krs-One. And to some degree, that could be, but he definitely doesn't name drop Krs-One. He doesn't go after D-Nice and Miss Melody. He's not going after Boogie Down Productions specifically. And there's another record he did where he basically goes after, he takes shots at like every East Coast rapper ever, so he goes, and it's just like one line each. So one line against Just Ice is gonna melt, stuff like that. And Krs-One is in there too, but it's clearly, again, not a record really targeting Krs-One. These are the two, the Krs-One disses, the illest Krs-One disses, and the Krs-One disses that Krs-One was not up to responding to. Well, more or less. There actually is a line in the remix, the 12-inch only remix to Still Number 1 by Boogie Down Productions, which came out in 1988, where he says, "Poet is soft." And a lot of people say, and I have to agree with, I think it's definitely a direct reference to Blaq Poet from Screwball. But he doesn't go into it. It's not a whole diss record directed at Blaq Poet. It's just more I'm Still Number 1 rhymes, sort of generic battle rhymes, and just bigging up BDP. So he doesn't go at Blaq Poet at all, and he's sort of widely recognized as having ignored the battle. But he does briefly say, "Poet is soft, don't interrupt while the teacher is teaching." And I would assume that little phrase there, that little bit, is at least a little tiny diss directed back at Blaq Poet, but he just doesn't get into it. So that's it, just a little bit of backstory of Screwball before they were Screwball. Join me again tomorrow on my text blog, and we'll hit up some more classic, overlooked, underappreciated, one of the illest hardcore groups of all time, Screwball. So, Winter Von Wallenrod, peace out.